hello everyone. Hello. I am here, or you can call me Severed, 43, the Unstable One, Sav. Any name of these can, fit, but I much prefer to call me Sav. It's, shorter, easier, and I don't know why I'm talking like this or why I am even talking about myself. Anyways, welcome back to What If Deku Had Half and Half Quirk, Lightning, Air, blah blah blah, a villain, a hero, lost memories. Anyways, where we last left off, Izuku has gone into a bank to rob it, actually, and meeting there with Inko Midori, of course, not knowing that she's his mother, and threatening All Might to kill her. And in the end, he managed to run away and coming back into the League of Villains hideout with lots of money. And in the night, they just celebrate. And I don't know why I am making Izuku live his, best life on the League of Villains team, while when he was a hero and he had his memory, his, kinda was horrible life, to be honest. I mean, he was being attacked by, Todoroki from time to time, training with Bakugo, fighting for his life, while right now on the League of Villains, he's just celebrating every now and then, literally. Anyways, let's get right into the video. As right now, we continue first of all with Bakugo. Let's see what he's doing on the other side of the story. As Bakugo and all Class 1A are getting ready to go into their, internships or, their work with the agencies, as after that, of course, Bakugo walking with Todoroki as Todoroki said, "So, Bakugo, which agency are you choosing?" As Bakugo said, All Might told me to choose this weird, his old, sidekick. His name is, I don't know, what was, I forgot, but maybe Hawkeye or something like that. I really doesn't care. He told me that he want me to go there because he want to talk with me about some important things, and also because he had information that the League of Villains are working with, of course, the Overhaul Gang or something like that, which is, with the League of Villains there will gonna be, as Todoroki continues saying, there will be Izuku there. As after that, Baku said, "By the way, why aren't you going with me into the agency of, Night Eye?" As Todoroki said, "I mean, I wanted to, but I'm gonna go into another place because for two things. I want to train to be much more stronger and help you get Izuku back, but I also trust that you will gonna get him back. So why does I even need to, go with you when I know that you will gonna get him back in a way or another?" As after that, Baku said, "Yeah, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna get him back no matter what." After that, Bakugo coming on the train with Todoroki. In the end, they just got in their own ways, and Bakugo finally getting into the agency of Night Eye. As he come inside and said, "So, this is the place? It seems much more smaller than I expected." As immediately when he first, go inside, he immediately being meeting up with none other than Kirishima. As Kirishima said, "Hey, Bakugo." As Bakugo said, "What the Kirishima, what the fuck are you doing here? I thought that you gone with the, what was his name, that big bald guy, Fat Gum?" "Yeah." As, Kirishima said, "Oh yeah, I gone with him, but me and All Might want to talk with you about something." As Bakugo said, "Sure, what is it? Just don't waste my time." As after that, Bakugo and, of course, and Kirishima go into a room with All Might right now in his normal form, and also Night Eye is there, and none other than Mirio or Lemelian. As they all sitting down, and All Might said, "Ah, young Bakugo, finally you are here." As after that, Baku sitting down in front of All Might and everyone else, as he said, "So, what do you want from me, All Might?" As All Might said, "Well, young Midori, I mean, young Bakugo, you might not, know about this, but my quirk, one for all." As immediately after that, of All Might explaining his quirk, one for all, to Bakugo, and Bakugo said, "So, this all thing, wait, what do you want from me then? If you have a quirk and you can pass it to other people, what do you want from me?" As All Might said, "Well, you see, young Bakugo, previously I passed my quirk into young Kirishima here, thinking that his quirk hardening will be such a suitable one for all, and much more stronger. But since a couple of other accidents and the actions that happened with Izuku and his loss of memories and everything, Kirishima has come to me saying that he doesn't deserve this power and decided to give it back to me. As after that, Abaku said, "Wait, you give it back to All Might?" As Kirishima said, "Yeah, I mean, it was cool having his power, but it's just, I doesn't think that I am the one that deserve it. It's not my thing, Bakugo. I'm not the one that deserve it, and it will be better in the hands of someone much more trainer and much more smarter than me." As Bakugo said, "So, what about it? Are you gonna give it into that person behind of you, that Mirio guy?" As Mirio said, no, not actually. That's why you are here in the first place, Bakugo." As Baku said, what are you saying what I'm thinking right now about?" As All Might said, standing up and said, "Young Bakugo, you know young Midoriya better than anyone else, and you have fought against villains and shown such a strong, talented abilities with your quirk. You are acting so strong and so angry, but at the same time you're thinking much more faster than anyone else that I know. You have a strategy, you know what you're doing, and you doesn't let your feelings control you. Even if your feelings are the things that moving you into the future, they are the things that not stopping you from being the hero that you are right now. And so, you also have a long history with Midoriya. And since we want him back into our side, young Bakugo, I'm gonna say this right here and now, and I wish that you were gonna agree to that, but can you accept my power one for all?" As after that, Bakugo eyes whiting and said, "You want to give it to me?" As All Might said, "Yes indeed, young Bakugo, I want to give it to you, on a hope that maybe, just maybe, you will be able to get young Midoriya back. I want to talk with you about another thing." As Baku said, alright. And after that, All Might explaining the incident in the last day with Izuku and of course, fighting against All Might, or technically just holding his mother and threatening to kill her. As Bakugo seeing a couple of footage as he said, "Those fucking League of Villains, they fucking idiot, they just turn him into this. He doesn't even know that this is his mother." As All Might said, "Yeah, that's the worst part. But I think with your power and your, knowledge about young Midoriya, I'm sure that he will gonna come back into our side in no time. And Principal Nezu is also preparing some plans. So I'm just want you to be my successor now, young Bakugo." As Bakugo looking on Kirishima and said, "Is Kirishima okay with this?" As after that, Kirishima said, "Of course I'm okay with this, Bakugo. I mean, to be honest, I am the one that gone into All Might and told him about this idea." As Baku said, "Alright, if nobody of you two will gonna take it, then I'm gonna take this power. Assholes." As immediately Bakugo said, "So, how the hell am I gonna take your power in the first place?" As All Might said, "I'm happy that you ask." But of course, All Might just taking a hair out of his head and said, "Eat this!" As after that, Bakugo said, "I think I'm gonna leave this place now. Fuck your power, I'm not gonna eat your fucking hair." As after that, All Might said, "But young Midoriya," young Bakugo, as Bakugo said, "Stop calling me young Midoriya. I am Bakugo, or Katsuki, whatever you want to call me, but I'm not gonna eat your fucking hair. No power in this world is so great that I have to eat some fucking air, I'm gonna leave this place. I should have gone with that stupid best genius guy in the first place." As after that, All Might said, "But young Bakugo, please." As immediately after that, Mirai just stopping Bakugo, and after a couple of hours, just forcing Bakugo in the end to eat his hair, as he said, "Disgusting. So, what's now? I ate your fucking hair. What should I do now?" As All Might said, "Well, you should wait for at least one day for the quirk to morph with your body, and after that we can train." As after that, Baku just said, "So now what should I do? Am I gonna just sit down? Am I not gonna do any hero work today? As after that, finally, of course, Night Eye speak and said, no, you can take one of the rooms in the building and rest for the night. The heroes in my agency will gonna take out of the rest, while me and All Might will gonna talk about some things with Principal Nezu. On the PE plan, of course, as after that, Baku said, yeah, whatever. And Baku leave the place going into his room. By this time, on the other side, on the dark side of things, Izuku, after waking up in the morning and telling, good morning to everybody, Toga just kissing him on his cheek, which making Izuku blushes and try to hide his face under his hoodie jacket. In the end, a couple of, jokes around, and, of course, Shigaraki come into the place and said that Izuku and Toga and Twice should go into overhaul today because they are the one that's being chosen for the mission. As after that, Izuku and Toga and Twice just do that, and right now they are standing in front of overhaul while he's just sitting on his, of course, couch, and some of his gang behind of him as overhaul sits. So finally, you finally come here. So what's your quirks? As after that, Toga said, we're not gonna tell you about our fucking quirks. As immediately Twice said, yeah, we will gonna only tell you when the time, when we need to. Of course, I'm gonna tell you right here and now what's my quirk. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna tell you. As after that, Toga said, we will gonna tell you about our quirks when the time will gonna come, or maybe something dangerous will gonna happen. As Twice said, no, yes. As immediately after that, he just looking on Izuku that he just putting his hand inside his hoodie jacket and putting his hoodie off of his head. As after that, the guy that wearing, a black coat, the one with the confession quirk, asked Toga about her quirk, and, his quirk that makes someone tell the truth, forced Toga to say the truth, and in the end, he finally got into Izuku and said, what is your quirk? As Izuku said, I don't know, maybe I can shoot laser out of my eyes, or maybe, just throw such a strong gas out of my mouth that make everyone sleep around of me. As Overhaul suddenly gets surprised and said, wait, did you use your quirk? As after that, the guy said, yeah, I used it, let me try. What is your quirk? As Izuku said, you think the stupid tricks will gonna work on me? As Izuku starts hitting his head with a smile on his face, saying, my mind is already so damaged. I have like half of my brain cells is burned down because of my electricity. And you telling me that your quirk that make people say the truth, that affecting their minds, will gonna be able to control me? You're really such a joke. As after that, Overhaul said, well, looks like your quirk will gonna stay a mystery for me for now, but I wish that we will be able to work together and be the best as possible, and maybe one day you can join me. As Izuku said, yeah, thanks. Alright, so what should we do first? As Overhaul said, Chrono. Of course, the Chrono is the one with the white, coat. As he said, yes, Overhaul, take Toga and Twice around the place and show them what they should do, while me and Mr. Black here will gonna take a walk. As after that, Izuku said, ooh, a walk with the leader of the agency or something like that, huh? Interesting. So, where are we gonna go? As Overhaul said, follow me. As after that, Izuku starts going behind Overhaul, keeping a windshield around his body to make sure that nothing will gonna, touch him, especially Overhaul touch. As after that, Overhaul said, I don't tell most people about this, not the most people that working with me know about this. Only the people that I keep close to me, and since you are one of the strongest people that I saw right now, and I still doesn't know what's exactly your quirk, I want to show you this. Maybe it will gonna convince you to join us. As after that, Izuku said, ooh, secrets. I love secrets. Now show me, what do you want? As after that, he opened a door, revealing a little white-haired girl with the red eyes just sitting on a bed. As Izuku looking at her, and the girl just going into the corner of her bed and hiding her face and her legs, as Overhaul said, this is Aerie. She is the major stone in my plans, and she is the best, the thing that I use to make my quirk canceling bullets. As Izuku said, so how exactly does that work? As Overhaul said, Do you want to see? As Izuku said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that. As after that, Overhaul said, alright, Kurono, prepare the chair. As after that, Eri starts shaking and said, no, no, please no. As she immediately running into Izuku and, hugging his leg as she said, please help me. Don't let him take me like this. Please help me, please. As after that, Izuku looking down at her as Overhaul just looking at him. And after that, Izuku just put his head on, of course, Eri here. And after that, he starts rubbing her head as Eri just looking up, she see Izuku smile again, and after that Izuku said, leave my leg off, you brat. As after that Eri said, what? As immediately Izuku lifting her up from her hair, making her start to cry as Izuku looking directly into her eyes and said, if you ever try to touch me again, you little shit, I'm gonna fucking burn you down into crisp. As after that Overhaul putting his hand on Izuku's shoulder and said, well, I would say that she will not gonna touch you anymore, but if you even try to touch her or hurt her, I'm gonna kill you myself. As Izuku said, yeah, whatever. As Izuku just throw her away, making Eri getting a little bit hurt as she start to cry on the ground. And after that, Izuku said, oh, come on, start the show already, I'm getting bored here. And after that, they just put Eri on the chair and Izuku just watching and actually quite laughing and enjoying this. And I know that I'm making him such a horrible person because that's what he's supposed to be. This is the fucking darkest, version of him. I erased his memories to make him an absolute asshole, a fucking murderous child that he doesn't care about anyone's lives around of him. Anyways, as after that, Izuku, after enjoying the torture scene, of Eri, he said, come on, another round. I mean, I'm still have a lots of popcorn here. As after that, Overhaul said, sorry, but she got empty for today. As Izuku said, so you killed her? As Overhaul said, yeah. But, as always, I can always start from the start. Just back to square one, as he just taken off his gloves and immediately put it on Eri head, as he just disintegrating her and after that putting her back together, which making her scream in pain and cry in agony, as Izuku said, oh man, your quirk is so fucking horrible, I love it. As after that Overhaul said, you really take it much more easier than I expected. Most people that I work with, they really hate to see this, but you're actually enjoying it and laughing. As Izuku said, I mean, it's kinda, funny to be honest with you. Hearing her cry and scream is really funny. As after that, Overhaul said, you're really such a sick being. As Izuku said, look who's talking. The one that putting a girl on a chair and just sucking her out of her blood, and every time that he killed her. By the way, how much time did you kill her, this little girl already? As after that, Overhaul said, to be honest with you, I stopped counting after the 20 times. As after that, Izuku said, well, Overhaul, I think me and you will gonna become such a good friends. And after that, Izuku and Overhaul leave the place. As, 1 week pass off while Bakugo is training about his quirk and everything, Izuku was kinda staying by Overhaul's side, and every time that he start to do his little, blood-sucking torture scene, Izuku was always there just to enjoy the scene. As in the end, right now Izuku, Toga, and Twice just sitting down with Overhaul, as Izuku just playing a game while, Toga and Twice sitting by his side. As in the end, Izuku said, checkmate, I'm the winner. As Overhaul said, you're really good at this. For someone with burned down brain cells, you're actually good at this game. As after that, Izuku said, what can I say? Kirigiri is kinda a good player on this game, and I trained with him a lot. As after that, Overhaul said, alright, whatever. And immediately after that, Chrono busts through the door and said, Overhaul, we've being attacked by the heroes. They are, coming through our main door. As Izuku said, do you, tell me, what kind of heroes exist there? As after that, Chrono said, it's, Night Eye and a kid that, That seems, like All Might and a couple other heroes. I can't really know most of them, but there was that one kid that he throwing such a strong explosions. As Izuku immediately said, "Wait, explosions?" As after that, of course, Kurono said, "Yeah, explosions. Do you know him?" As Izuku said, "No, but he's actually such an annoying person that I really want to kill." Well, what should we do now? As after that, Overhaul said, well, you should come with me to rescue Eri and take her into another place. While that's happening, let your, team of Toga and Twice take care of the rest. As Toga and Twice said, "Hell no, we're not gonna listen to you." As after that, Izuku said, "Toga, please, just listen to him and go help the other villains." As Toga said, "But Blackie, I just want to stay by your side." As Izuku said, "Well, if you're coming any closer to me, I'm just gonna electrocute you. So how about you go and try to defend against the heroes, and maybe after that we can, stay by my side for a couple of minutes." As Toga said, "Alright, come on, Twice, let's go." And after that, Twice said, "Alright, see you around, Black. I doesn't like you." As immediately he just leave the room and Overhaul stand up, putting his tie and getting his good look on, as he said, "Alright, let's go." And after that, Izuku going with Eri and, Kurono and Overhaul. As after that, they just walking until suddenly from behind they hear a sound. As Izuku turn around and see in front of him none other than two people. One with a blonde hair and blue eyes, and the other one with a blonde hair and a red eyes, with some, orange electricity going through his body. As Izuku said, "Well, look what do we have here. Katsuki Bakugo from Class 1A. But you, I really doesn't know you." As after that, immediately Mirio said, "My name is Lemillion, and I'm gonna take that girl back from you." As Baku said, "And I'm gonna take you back, Deku." As he just pointing with his finger on Izuku. And this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.